This is We Burlesque.
This is Ginger Snaps.
Hi, this is Charlie Quinn Starling.
Hey, this is Jezebel Thunder, the 2025 Miss Exotic World reigning queen of burlesque.
This is Max Moxie, and you're listening to We Burlesque Season 9.
Get right into it.
Well, yeah, basically. Yeah. But yeah, thank
There's
you for having me.
my
Like,
pleasure. My
yeah,
pleasure.
I've been listening to this podcast for so long. I was like, oh, finally on it.
Yes, that means you have arrived to some degree. I feel it.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, it is a Burlesque podcast. I'm your host, Victor Devon, and through the miracle of fiber optics, I get to talk to nightlife individuals in the field of drag, burlesque, and cabaret. And today is no exception. I have a local talent. I have Pionono on the line. Hello, hello.
Hello. How are
I
you
feel like
doing?
I'm doing all right. I feel like I've been getting to know a lot of the Hollywood and Los Angeles adjacent folks, mostly through the pod, because we have
Mm,
scant seconds together very often at shows that even I've had you in a We Burlesque production. I'm
yeah.
very happy to have you graciously perform at the We Burlesque Hollywood 3-month series that I did. Um,
Mm.
you were hot on the list because I had seen you at the Hollywood Burlesque Festival, and you just sort of came out of nowhere, and I was so delighted to see your presentation. When did you start hitting stages?
So technically started like late 2019.
Just before.
Yeah, right before the pandemic. So I only had like 2 or 3 months of performing and then was forced to take a long break. But
Yeah. What
yeah.
got you into the field in 2019?
So I took a class with Tito Bonito.
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
friend of the pod. Yes.
that's my dad. Yeah, he was offering a burlesque class, so I was already kind of interested in burlesque from before. Back when I used to live in Massachusetts. I lived in Western Mass, like a small town, and like my partner's coworker's sister did a solo burlesque show at like, this random ass town. And then so we went there and I was like enamored by it,
Mhm.
like I was like the glamour of it all. And but I also thought it was like so punk because it got like stopped by the police
Oh,
randomly.
really?
Yeah, because apparently in that town it's illegal to strip.
Uh-huh.
So it got stopped by the police, but then after they left, like she just kept going. So I was like, okay, I need to do this. I need to find a way to do this. And so when I came to LA, I started researching, all the burlesque dancers here. Like I saw Tito. He had a show in somewhere downtown. Forget what it's called, but he had
He had
just
one at
under.
Redline.
Yeah, he had one at Red Line and he has one somewhere else, but I don't think that bar exists anymore.
Mm.
But he had Just About Thunder, he had Jake
Hmm.
Dupree, and I was like, oh my God, like, how do I get into this?
Did it take additional effort, or were you fairly comfortable with your body at that point?
I was fairly comfortable. I feel like I was naturally exhibitionist from before. I feel like I always joked that to my parents and like my friends, it's like I'm gonna be a stripper one day, you know? I don't want to study anymore. I'm gonna be a stripper.
Do you think this is probably harder, frankly?
Yeah. Well, definitely, yeah. The theater of it all, the costuming of it all, yeah.
Well, the gig economy of it all too. This is
Yeah.
a bit of, I mean, a physical grind as well, but it's also it requires a lot of aptitude to work as much as I've seen that you do. You do a lot of draglesque shows, a lot of
Yeah.
pop-up appearances in sort of blended variety shows that
Yeah.
are very drag centric, and your presentation comes off. I would say androgynous, but I could understand if people thought you were a drag king. I could see if people
Yeah.
thought that if you were anywhere on the gender spectrum. What about how you decided to perform and your physicality and your leaning into lingerie and this sort of bustier decadence? Uh, do you think appeals to you as a performer and as physical and
Right.
as personal expression?
Right. I mean, I was definitely always into like the lingerie, like the fishnet of it all, like a little corset. Like, like in high school, I found Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Naturally.
And I was just like enamored by, Frankenfurter and like that kind of gender expression.
Hmm.
Um, I just thought it was sexy too. And I was like, oh, a
Hmm.
man like wearing lingerie, like that's kind of hot. And then I saw Jake Dupree, and I was like, okay, I can do that too, huh?
Is
Um,
it comfortable to you?
yeah,
Or is
I
there a
mean,
discomfort that's kind of comfortable?
yes, it's definitely a discomfort that's kind of comfortable. Like obviously corseting is very uncomfortable, but it's also like kind of nice. It like straightens your back. Like you're kind of forced to like stand a certain way. And it's just like it's kind of a nice feeling. It's like tight, like it's hugging your body. But yeah,
And the
definitely also uncomfortable.
and you are no stranger to a high heel, to a very high heel at times.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
I used to even perform in like the platform pleasers. And I've definitely fallen on stage a couple times, so I don't really use them a lot anymore. But yeah, I do love a heel. Yeah.
and a stompy boot. You like a stompy boot.
A little stompy boot.
Yeah. Which is interesting again, because it sort of blends the femininity and the masculinity.
Yeah.
So I'm curious also as and I'm uh we've never discussed sexuality before, but as a queer individual, as you are in some capacity, what do you feel the audience might be receiving from you in terms of either permission to explore this on their own? You might be someone's first quote unquote boylesque that they see, um, and yet you're not a drag queen, but you also find yourself a lot in these drag spaces. What is your um, hope that the audience receives from that, either as as an expression or that you've actually heard from them that you've gotten?
Right. I mean, my hope is like you don't have to fit a certain mold. Like you don't have to be hyper feminine. You don't have to be hyper masculine. There can be an in between. Like you can wear a corset and like combat boots and have
Yes.
a mustache. And as far as the reception, like I haven't had any like negative feedback from audience members as of yet.
Hmm.
I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh my God, thank you so much. Like, I don't know this was, that someone like you was around or like expressing yourself the way you do." Um, I've also had a lot of straight men just giving me high fives and saying that was hot. And even women, I found that women love men in lingerie or like male presenting people in lingerie.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
This is true. I mean, I think some of the largest uh consumption of drag are cis women, honestly, consumption
Yeah,
wise, at least on a global on a corporate level in a drag race. and a Drag Race adjacent kind of level. It's very approachable to The Bachelorette, and sometimes it can feel a little bit like a zoo. Sure, sure.
Yeah.
But as someone who also is pretty sexual, that I appreciate that your performances aren't neutered in a way. It's not safe, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I can see that.
Um, and not necessarily because Boylesque has very frequently been. I remember when I first started, I didn't have any specific role models. Most of the people that I looked up to were um, essentially famous people that I was being inspired by, or these references or old Hollywood. And I didn't meet a lot of people in the scene outside of my own little world because I started in Rocky Horror and our troupe was all Rocky Horror people. And
Mhm.
also we didn't perform in traditional burlesque spaces. We performed in like hotels and conference rooms because we were in this weird indoor Renaissance fair vibe. And when I started meeting other performers, I started learning more about each individual's personal expression as well as who their influences were. And as someone who was learning this through Tito and someone like in the actual like proper research in person, um, did you have any connections earlier than that, either through old Hollywood or through media or icons that you had on your wall that you were like, these are the people that inspire me?
Yeah, well, in high school, I was obsessed with the Dresden Dolls.
Oh,
Amanda
no,
Palmer.
I'm no stranger. I'm no stranger.
Yeah, because my best friend in high school was a goth girl. Like
Oh, and you're
she,
Massachusetts, of course, too.
well, I was born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. And then like yeah, so she got me into the Dresden Dolls and I was like really into like the theatricality of it all, the white paint face, the fishnets. You know, I was very like that's how I got into like more like Weimar cabaret. Um and I started like researching. I watched the movie Cabaret. I watched like Chicago, that kind of vibe. And yeah, I was really into that kind of scene, like the Berlin, like 1930s.
Hmm.
Uh, and from there, I also found out about Meow Meow. She's
Hmm.
like a cabaret singer. Yeah, and like I've been obsessed with her. Like I went to a show in LA and I still think about it. This was like 2018. Like she was just amazing, like so funny. Um, she literally crowd surfed a crowd of like 50, 60 plus year old people. Like like she's insane. And like I originally wanted to be a cabaret singer. Like that was like my kind of goal. And then and even before that I wanted to be singer-songwriter. Like I used to do a lot of open mics in college. I used to write my own songs. Also very inspired by Amanda Palmer. Very dramatic and sad. Um, but yeah,
There's still time. You could always.
I know, yeah. Well, I kind of I didn't fall out of love of it, but like after doing a couple like musician gigs, it's doing music is very emotionally draining
Mm.
for me personally, because like I definitely put a lot of myself in like lyrics and the music and everything. So when you're just starting out and you like have a gig in a cafe and you feel like no one's really listening, it's kind of like, oh, you know. So that's kind of why I like kind of teeter more to burlesque because I was like, I take one thing off and everyone just like goes crazy.
Instant gratification.
Instant gratification. And I'm a
Yeah.
Leo, so like I needed that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you do. I've seen you on occasion post a story or two of you singing and either playing keyboard or piano. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, keyboard.
Keyboard. So you still are capable. There's always something. I mean, I think
Yeah.
it's very important to have shtick in the back ready to go in case. Uh, and I wish oh God, you have no idea how much I wish I was talented. You,
What do you
oh.
mean? You
Well, I
are.
mean, thank you. That wasn't a fishing expedition, but what I mean by that, I guess what I mean specifically is I wish I had a more uh I guess I wish I had more discipline in some regard as well.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I also because I never learned an instrument, and I know that that's not the
Uh,
end all of talent, but it's a very visual
yeah.
sign of one. I wish I could sing properly. I wish that like you wouldn't shut me up. I would be,
Yes.
yeah. And the thing is though, as I know that I mean I do have talent. I am good at things. I absolutely am. And
Right.
I'm not so stuck where I can't admit that. But I do have to say that it's hard for me. And
Mm.
I don't know if it's you come off across so effortless on
Oh.
stage, and I'm curious, is burlesque hard for you?
Oh.
It doesn't have to be. That there's no I don't that also I don't think things
Um,
have to be inherently hard for people to be good at or to be cheered
y-
for.
some acts are harder than others,
Mm,
I would say. Um, I kind of, yeah, when it comes to burlesque, like I really do appreciate that I was a singer-songwriter first, because I feel like it kind of helped me be better at constructing acts.
hmm
Have the first part, middle, and like
hmm
a climax at the
It's
end.
verse, bridge. Yeah. I mean that's
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so and it also helped me with like the musicality of it all. Um, but yeah, some acts are definitely more difficult than others. Sometimes I really do complicate myself having a lot of like fabrics to work with or having heels to work with, but I don't know. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it definitely comes off easier. Especially if I'm like performing for friends and people that I know.
hmm
It's like, okay, this is gonna
Great.
be chill. Like we got this.
Well,
Yeah,
you mentioned someone like Jake Dupree, who is a fabulous dancer, very
yeah.
athletic
Oof. Yeah.
gymnast, very capable, and yet has a flirtiness and a sensibility
Hmm.
where it looks. I mean, everything is very precise,
Yeah.
but also there's a lot of choreography. And as someone who has only seen them two or three times, honestly, but knows that they're killing it right now in the UK.
Yeah.
Um, I am not a dancer, and so I've had to do choreography like group numbers before or things like that. Would you think of yourself as a mover shaker dancer as well, or
I'm definitely a mover and a shaker, but I'm not a dancer. Like
yeah?
I never took any classes, like as a child. I feel like I always wanted to be,
Hmm.
but I don't know, something was kind of holding me back. Like maybe it was like the perception of like, oh, like you want to dance,
Mm.
kind of like,
Is
but
that
I
was
wish,
that too possibly gay?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of already know that I was gay, but like,
No, but that's the thing. I remember growing up, and there was a certain clarity that I had before I came out where I was like, I will say that I'm gay, and no one will be surprised that I'm gay, but they will be surprised that I said it.
right.
And that's a very specific thing. And I have a bug up me about when people are like, "Oh, we already knew," or I'm like, "That's not the point, people." So even like if Barry Manilow at age 80 comes out, you better be congratulations, Mr. Manilow. I don't care how much you knew, because that's hard. That's hard to.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot, especially nowadays. My God.
Oh my
And I
God.
went through Wiggles. I went through. I mean, I grew up at the preeminence of the HIV crisis through the
Ooh,
90s, where, where we lost a generation. And
yeah.
then this sort of no hate face thing, and Hillary Duff saying, "Don't say gay," to right now, we're right back again. And it's like, oh shit. Oh shit.
I
Yeah.
know, girl, it's hard.
Is there a machismo in Puerto Rico that you found
Oh
to
yeah.
like a standard?
Oh, definitely.
Mm.
Um, yeah. 'Cause at least when I was growing up, like reggaeton was like a big thing, and I love reggaeton.
Mhm.
But also like the reggaeton artists are like very, macho, like backwards hat, like baggy clothes, like so all of my friends were trying to emulate that. So I was like, okay, I guess I have to emulate this too. Try to be, as butch as I could, but like,
Mm.
it never really worked for me, I guess.
Well, you are a slight thing too. You are petite,
Yeah.
uh,
But see,
and
I was kind of normal size in Puerto Rico, but when I moved to the States,
normal
everyone's just
size.
hella tall.
Yeah. Well, does that work out for you because you're able to find clothing in
Oh yeah.
inside? Yeah. See, thin,
It
tiny
works
privilege.
out.
How dare you? Just how dare you?
And it's perfect because
Uh,
my partner is also kind of the same size, so we just like doubled our closet when we got
ah.
together.
I don't know your partner. Are they also a performer or are they a civilian?
Yes, they're a drag queen here in LA.
Oh,
Yeah.
fabulous. That was
And they
fabulous.
also they also started with Tito. So after I did my class, I kind of pressured them into doing Tito's other class. So he started doing boyless at first.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
but then he kind of like, I need a wig. I can't do this without a
You
wig.
can do boylesque in a wig, but no, I understand. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. Is there a so you said there's basically a shared closet at times?
yeah,
That's
definitely.
helpful. It's helpful.
Yeah, and he steals my shit all the time, all my burlesque shit. And I was like, okay, go
Well,
girl.
it's pretty. You have pretty, pretty things, I will
Oh,
say.
thank you.
Hey, this is Victor Devon. I know it's difficult to strategize how to spend money and where that money should be going, and I thank the folks who have found some way to support financially this podcast. Massive love to the people on patreon.com/weburlesque. Thank you very much to Courtney Jones, Dottie Rebel, Charlotte Strudel, Paris Stilton, Luna Delay, Goosey Gander, Roxy Reverie, Faye Havoc, Tiffany Lane, Madam E, iRed, Shimmy LaRue, Curly Bright, Oliver Swisky, Sebastian Crane, Alex Collode, Bo Bridges, and Stormageddon. Love you very, 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 very much. If you would like to support the podcast, you can go to patreon.com/weburlesque, and I promise you those dollar bills go to servers, to advertising, to actual real costs, including WordPress, GoDaddy, and people who need my money. So thank you very, very much for help supporting the podcast, and thank you for amplifying the voices of those upon it. Love you very much. Hey, this is Victor Devon, and I like socks. I've always liked socks. In fact, I like socks so much that I don't match them because life is too short. Not because life is too short to find the other one that matches it, but because I want people to see how many socks I have. And I don't always take off my shoes, but when I take off my shoes, I want you to see at least 2 examples of the quality that I am drawn to. And that is why I shop at Foot Clothes. You can get 10% off your first order at footclothes.com and enjoy the luxury, style, and utter ridiculousness that is foot clothes. I encourage you to do so, and I want you to do it right now. And I want you to feel comfortable not having those socks match. Get into it. Feel right about it. Take pictures. Make some money off of it. I don't need to see it. You can send those the way that you need to. But you have fun out there. That's footclothes.com. Promo code Victor Devon, lowercase, all together. And this blue number that you're currently showing all over the place, I
Oh,
how much of that was customized either by you or embellished by somebody else?
okay.
How
So
was that constructed?
yeah, so I got the corset from Etsy, and then like I've been a big fan of Jade Risque like for a
Mm-hmm.
while. And I kitted for her once, and I kind of felt how heavy all her costume pieces are because she like stones
Yeah.
down,
Yeah.
you know. So I was like, okay, I need you to stone some shit for me. So I gave her my corset, and she did amazing. Like stone all the way. And it really is one of my favorite pieces now. Like, and then. Yeah, so the gloves and the thong I stoned myself, but the corset is all Jade Risque. Yeah.
What is the is it a coupleless bra? What's the top
Yeah,
piece?
the yeah, so it's a couples bra, it's vinyl. And
Vinyl.
yeah, so it's like clear vinyl, and then it has some stoning there too, like some like Swarovski little Swarovski.
Damn.
I got it also from Etsy. I get all my shit from Etsy.
Damn. It is the life of a showgirl, isn't it? Taylor Swift wishes.
Sure.
It's such a fascinating spectrum that I love about burlesque and all burlesque really, but
Mm.
specifically what is deemed as masculine burlesque. And this came up in my head, and when I was watching the most recent Hollywood Burlesque Festival, I
Mm.
thought it was very interesting that the uh, main titles were gendered, but that there was such a
Mm.
blending of gender expression, particularly in the supposed Mr.
Mr.
Hollywood burlesque.
Hollywood, yeah, that's true.
And while I've experienced that from the folks that I've known over the years, including when I was running a show in New York, and I was seeing folks like Jack Barrow and Johnny Panic and Lou Alfred Douglas and Rudy Valentino and these people that were um, embracing femininity to a certain degree. There was straight up wigs, and I thought it was interesting. So I'm curious about both your relationship with something like the word boylesque, if that even applies to you, and mask representation in burlesque. Do you consider yourself a mask performer?
Hmm, that's interesting.
Because that doesn't
Um,
necessarily mean you're a masked human being, but as a art
right,
form, as a as a show pony.
right. I think that also kind of depends from act to act. I have m more masculine leaning acts, and I have like more like showgirl femme acts.
Hmm.
Sure. So I like to consider myself fluid in that way. As for the term burlesque, I don't usually refer myself as a burlesque performer. If you use it on me, it's fine. I don't mind. Like Tito said, it's definitely a marketing tool.
Hmm.
But I've been
It's a
liking,
label. It's a label
yeah, it's a
too.
label, yeah. But I've been liking queerlesque.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of fits my vibe.
What does that encompass for you?
Um, just like if you're a queer performer, if you're like gender non-conforming, you know, uh, I feel like that kind of fits the vibe. I feel like with Boy Less, you kind of have an idea of what it is. Like the tearaway pants, the suits, you
The
know.
vest. Yes.
Yeah,
Some
the
sort of
bow tie.
fedora like hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Which I
fun
love.
too.
Yeah, I love that.
It is interesting. It's because we talk a lot, I say we as a community talk a lot about what burlesque really means, and it's fun to gatekeep on our level, but obviously there's and I say fun in that it's just actually kind of fun. It's kind of fun for something to be ours, something to be. But when I look at someone like you and I don't physically see a whole lot in common with us, but know that we're both doing the same work or the same, we're in the same shows. I think that that's super cool. And I don't mean it literally because we've only been in so many shows together. But when
Yeah.
I see that kind of spectrum that we're all, I keep stealing this from Kylie's Unique Love, but we're all fighting crime in different cities. I really love that. And I think that that's what makes shows interesting. And
Yeah,
frankly,
variety. Yeah.
it maintains a certain archetype that you would see at traditional burlesque shows, but in a intersectional way, as opposed to now here's the black dancer, here's the Asian dancer, here's the
Mhm.
Latin dancer, here's the fat dancer. It allows us to, and here's the boy dancer, which also would happen.
Right.
It allows us to be intersectional archetypes and allow us to do that. I think that that's better.
Yeah, for sure. It makes shows more interesting than just seeing like the same thing like over and over again, you know?
Yeah. Uh, when you are constructing an act, are you someone for whom the music usually inspires you first, or are you costume first?
Usually music first, for sure.
Okay. What?
The music kind of tells you like the vibe, you
Mm,
know, what color the costume should be, what the story might be, you know. Sometimes I have done concept or costume first, but it just makes it harder for me to find the song. Like it's hard, like after that, like it's hard to find like the right vibe. But like once you hear like the song you want to do, it's like, okay, like how can I construct an act from this, you know?
mm. As a singer-songwriter yourself, do you pay attention to the lyrics as part of the narrative? Is that important to you?
Usually, yeah. Yeah, I kind of like for my recent act with the Blue,
Mm,
like the song is called Cry for Me.
hmm
And it's basically like in my head how I imagine it is like okay, it's my funeral. Like I'm gonna I'm gonna give like one last performance and y'all better be crying for me. You know, it's very like this dramatic showgirl moment and like I die in the end. Or like I go insane in the end. It's like and I feel like the lyrics kind of allude to that for sure.
mm.
Yeah. It
You
kind of
also
helps with the
lean,
story.
yeah. Well, because I mean, we've had this also. I mentioned Taylor Swift. We've also had the Pamela Anderson movie, The Last Showgirl, and we've had
Yeah.
sort of these dalliances with showgirl aesthetic.
Hmm.
And right now we're sort of debating not only who gets to do that, but how
Right.
successful it is. Um, why do you think that as a they he individual yourself
Yeah.
that a showgirl aesthetic resonates with you? What is the not just the physicality, but the nuance and the psychology behind
Mhm.
what that means to you? Because it's a powerful image.
Yeah. I mean, it really is like the fantasy, right?
Mm,
Like, isn't that like what burlesque is and like showgirl? It's like it's all fantasy. Like you get to dress up in your like most glamorous outfit and like be someone that you're not really like in your day-to-day life. Like I work a 9 to 5, like a very boring office job. So like at night I can be like in my head I can be like this glamorous like showgirl. I can feel that fantasy and kind of like makes life a little more enjoyable, a little more worth living, right? It kind of helps you forget like about like everything else that's happening in the world, because we're
And
definitely living in
mm,
hard times. So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
As of the time of this recording, folks, he's still alive, although we don't know how long. Uh, and I say that because this is Labor Day weekend that we're recording this, and the talk has been out. But it's always going to be difficult, and it always has been difficult for the showgirls. I often say, and there, I'm not the only person to have said this, but there, when we talk about the frivolity or the potential silliness of being so worried about burlesque when the world is falling apart, is that we've always had the showgirls. The showgirls went worked during the Blitz. They danced for the USO. They to that end, we also had our sex workers that were present during the worst times in life
Right.
for both profit and fantasy. Like
Right.
we've always provided fantasy. There's always been that level of which also to a degree is hope, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Or at the very least, just turning off for a second.
hmm Yeah, because you can keep going on like carrying all that heavy shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's too
Well,
much. You need like a little break. You need like an escape.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. You also are, as you said, you grew up in Puerto Rico
hmm
as a Puerto Rican, which means that you are, in fact, an American. But a lot of people don't seem to always understand that. Uh, what is it presently like in LA for you right now? Is it dicey? Do you feel we've had a lot of ICE raids, we've had a lot of targeting, we've had a lot of racial profiling?
Yeah.
Is there a level of heightened sensibility?
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, it's so scary, especially for like the Latino community right
Hmm.
now, because you never really know like what's gonna happen. When ICE is gonna show up at your door. Um, and also like my partner is also from the Philippines, so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like double the worrying. It's like, yeah, it's been very scary for sure. Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a backup for that. I just want to remind people that that's happening. Uh, it's just it's because that's what it is, and also I think that there is a odd sense of oh, you're in LA, you'll be fine. Oh, you're in New York City, you'll be fine, and
Right.
that's just not the case.
Yeah.
And I know that our governor right now is spending a lot of time trolling our president right now, and I know a lot of people find that really cute, but I don't actually really love it myself. And I don't think necessarily we can trust politicians to always protect even what we consider to be safe state cities, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
you really have to like put your hands in the community. Hopefully, like the community's got your back. Because
mhm,
obviously these politicians sometimes they don't. So
yeah. Have you been back to Puerto Rico since leaving?
oh yeah. I
Oh
go
yeah.
back maybe like once a year,
Oh,
usually.
okay.
Yeah.
Where in I don't I admit
Just-
I don't know a lot about Puerto Rico. Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Bayamon,
Okay.
which is like north side, really close to San Juan, which is the
Okay.
capital.
Hmm.
A lot of my family is from the southeast side in Yabucoa. So I also like spend used to spend my weekends there and then I will go back to Bayamon. But yeah, all my family is still there. I'm kind of all my immediate family. I'm kind of the only one here.
Did you go directly to Massachusetts from there?
Um, my family's in Puerto Rico.
No, I know, but you said you
Oh,
were also lived in Massachusetts. Did you
okay, okay.
go to Massachusetts right out of Puerto Rico?
Yes. So I have aunts and uncles in Massachusetts. So when I went to school there for college. Yeah. So I stayed in Western Mass, the Berkshires.
Uh-huh. For music?
No. Well, liberal arts.
Okay.
I have a English degree that I do not use. So, that's fun. Um, but yeah, So I was in Massachusetts for 4 years. Well, 5 years. I graduated and then I stayed like another year. And then I met my partner and his family lives in LA. So I was like, okay, let's go to
There you
LA. It's
go.
warmer there
Yeah.
anyway.
How do you feel about working in LA? I mean, beyond the cultural landscape, but what is LA for you? Is it was it an easy transition? Do you enjoy living there?
Honestly, like I just love that it was more diverse than Massachusetts.
Well, yes.
Yeah, and also the weather is kind of perfect. Yeah, and the food is a lot better.
I understand. Were you affected at all by the wildfires?
I wasn't. I mean,
Or not the, yeah.
it was pretty close to us, so we evacuated anyway, but luckily we weren't like actually affected.
Mhm.
But yeah, but
It's
so
scary when you look at your closets and you say, "Oh, my things."
I know.
Because it's also your
It's like,
livelihood,
what do I
right?
take?
Um, you said your partner is from the Philippines. I'm aware that there is a distinction of what a Pionono is, depending if it's from the Philippines
Yes.
versus if it's from Spain or South America. Can you tell
Yes.
the uninitiated what a Pionono actually is?
Okay. So Pionono in Puerto Rico specifically
Right.
is a street food. It's usually fried sweet plantain, and then you have like savory, like ground meat in the middle, like inside.
I
So
don't
I
think I
mean,
ever knew that there was meat. Interesting. Okay.
yeah. So that's my favorite. That's my favorite street food to get. Like it's sweet, it's salty, you know. But in other places like the Philippines and like South America, it's a cake. So it's like a spongy cake with like some filling inside. Yeah.
Why did you choose that as your name?
I I don't know. I just thought it was
Because
fun to say. Well, my okay, my
I mean,
initial
after those
name.
description of the pastries, it's kind of filthy. But
Right? Um, my initial name was gonna be Ceviche because that was like my Instagram handle, like
okay,
Ceviche, because that was like my nickname because my name is Sebi. So Ceviche, right?
okay,
Um, so I was like, okay, if not ceviche, like I want like some other type of food. Specifically Puerto Rican, so I thought, oh, pionono, and pionono's just fun to say. And it's also my favorite. And it's like, I'm sweet, but also like, I'm a little salty too, you know.
yeah. Are they
And
easy to come by
then,
here?
huh?
Are
Oh
they
no.
easy to come by here?
Oh
Yeah.
no, I have not
Uh,
seen them here. I need to learn how to make them. Um, but no, like it was funny because I was talking to my mom and I told her my stage name and she was like, "Oh, that used to be my nickname in high school. They used to call me Pionona with an A because
Full
her name is
circle.
Vionette. So her nickname is like Viona. So they would turn to Pionona. So I was like, "Oh my God, this is perfect.
Full
It
circle.
was meant to be."
Yeah. What did she think about you being a performer? I mean,
Well,
obviously you had said you were going to be a stripper from a long time ago, but
they didn't believe me,
oh
but
no.
it was funny because I told her when we were like drinking in the balcony. So I told her and I showed her some of the videos, but I don't think she remembers that I told her or that I showed her any videos. So I mean, my family definitely knows
Yeah.
that I do this because my Instagram is pretty public, but it's also no one's really talked to me about it fully. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they'd
Yeah.
have to find it because it's all under Pionono as that
Right.
identity.
Right.
Uh, and Instagram seems to be your m social media platform as opposed to something
Yes.
like Facebook or
Yeah. And
Threads
it's
or something
actually
like that.
pretty hard to find on Instagram if you search my name. Like I'm pretty shadow banned. Um
You show a lot of skin. They're probably a little, yeah.
maybe a little too much. It's fine.
I disagree. I disagree entirely.
Hi, I'm Jen Ponton,
And I'm Lillian Bustle,
and we're the hosts of All the Fucks.
a podcast about vulnerability.
But it's more than just that. It's nostalgia.
It's unrequited crushes.
It's the mortifying moments that make you want to crawl back inside your own belly button.
Ooh, and somehow it's sometimes about pelicans.
A pelican allegory, if you will.
Oh, I will.
So if your heart has ever felt like a skinned knee,
Oh, you'll fit right in as one of our fuck buddies.
All the Fucks. A storytelling podcast wherever you listen.
The presentations that you put out in burlesque, as we talked about with the masculinity and the femininity, and you're also very frequently using silk fans or feather fans
Mm,
or other I guess
yes.
it was sort of
I love a
poi-ish.
prop.
Yeah. Where did you learn your dexterity on that?
So during quarantine, I just got really bored and wanted to try something new. So I got some soap fans. Like I was inspired by Johnny Norio because they're so amazing with
Yeah.
poi and the fans and the fire. So I wanted to try it out, and yeah, it kind of I did a show like right after yeah, like 2021. I did a show with Tito. It was like my first show after the pandemic, and I brought them out and people loved it. So I was like, okay, let me keep doing that. Let me keep like practicing, getting better.
You
Yeah.
were really, really good at it. You
Oh,
really
thank
are,
you.
I have to say.
Thank
The
you.
you did an act that was all in white. I don't remember what show it was. It may have been the Halloween show.
Mm. Oh
And
yeah, the Angel Act.
yes, and I
Yeah.
believe it was a costume piece that became the silks. It was spellbinding. It was absolutely wonderful.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
because it's such a common, and I have them, I use them, and I was actually really well known for them during the convention years.
Mm.
But I don't bust them out a whole lot nowadays. But I do have my feathers. They're around. The silks I will do a little bit more frequently because I do
Okay.
those I have. But the I will say that I've never done the wax play
Oh,
stage,
oh yeah, that's fun.
which
Um, so the wax was inspired by Xena Zeitgeist.
yes.
Yes, so I saw this like video of her on Twitter and I wish I could find it, but I tried to find it and I just can't. But it's like the hottest video of her like smoking a cigarette and then pouring like wax on herself, like candle wax.
Mm.
And I was like, oh my God, that's so sexy. I need to do this.
Zena, if you're listening, send it to Pionono.
Yes, please. I don't have Twitter anymore, so
I understand.
but yes, please send it to me.
I mean, that does require often a tarp or at least a covering very often.
Yeah. Um, I have like this really big leather jacket that my friend gave to me, so I've just been using that instead of a tarp. It's
Do
so
you actually peel the wax off or just let it collect?
I've tried to peel it off, but it's very time consuming, so I just kind of been letting it collect. And hopefully no one notices.
Where did you how did you sorry, I should say, how did you find your experience performing at the New Mexico Burlesque Festival?
Oh, that was so much fun.
It was one of your first ventures outside of LA as a performer,
Yes, that
right?
was my first out-of-state festival. I was supposed to do Panama before that, but I had some issues with my passport, so unfortunately I didn't get to go. But yeah, no, New Mexico. yeah, that was a lot of fun. Big stage,
Mm.
huge. So I was like, oh, a lot of space to play around.
What did
Uh,
you bring for that?
I brought the number I did for Hollywood Burlesque Festival, the first one I
The
did, the
foxtails?
gray, no,
Oh, the gray. Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
the boa, the silver boa, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that was fun to do.
You have at least I remember there being sort of like a Kinky Gomez Adams sort of
Yes.
styling about it.
Yes, with the hair and the little
Yeah.
mustache. I was like, yeah. Look queer Gomez Adams.
I think that's redundant. I think Gomez
Right?
has had his moments. I don't think yeah. I don't think they limit themselves particularly.
And it's funny because a lot of people come up to me, well, not a lot, but like it's happened a couple times.
Mm,
People come up to me and say, "Oh, you look just like Raul Julia, who played
mm,
like Gomez in the
hmm.
movie." I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." Who's also Puerto Rican, like,
What an icon.
yeah,
I mean,
an icon.
from
So,
musical theater
musical theater,
to
yeah.
film. Yeah.
So I was like, that's a huge compliment.
What do you think goes from here? I mean, you've been doing this about 5 years, a little over,
Yeah.
pandemic notwithstanding. Um, what's the game plan? Just to do it till the wheels fall off, or till
I
there's no more love, or
Yeah, I don't know. I want to purge out all the ideas I have in my head, all the costume ideas, all the act ideas. I want to like purge them out. And then after that's done, if I don't have any more ideas, I'm like, okay, maybe let's take a break or like call it quits. We'll see. But I love
well,
this. I love this.
folks are just getting to know you, Pionono.
Right.
You can't.
I know, but I do love this art form. I love this community. I don't see myself leaving it as of now. I have thought about it, but that's just me being dramatic.
Mm.
Like I'm just thinking, oh, let me just leave in like the most dramatic way, just to fulfill that,
Just to shake things up a little.
just to shake things up. But I'm definitely gonna come back.
Yeah.
But I definitely B-Hop is definitely a goal. I definitely want to travel outside of the US. Uh, there's a couple of festivals in Spain that I would love to do. There's a festival in Argentina and Chile, like that I would love to do. So we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what
I,
happens.
s- I see it for you. Uh, I I see great charisma on the stage, and you're also a sweetheart backstage, which is
Oh, thank you.
necessary. Uh, because there are some great talents out there, but if no one wants to work with you, then it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah.
But as you construct things, and as you said, you're going to go through your list of ideas. Yeah, we had talked about songs. Yeah, we talked about costumes a little bit, but do you like sketch out what you want to, how do you organize your thoughts? Because I think previously we've talked about that, like there is room for improvisation in all of your acts.
Oh, for
So
sure.
how do you know
And
when
even
an
some
act is
acts,
done?
yeah, even some acts, they just come out like naturally. Like I just got a new costume, like a green costume, and I never thought I would have a green costume. Like it's not really my favorite color, but
Okay.
I saw it and I was like, this is gorgeous. This is like I got it from another performer that doesn't really perform anymore. So and so I got that and then I was like, oh, now I have to construct an act around this costume. And it kind of came pretty naturally. So some acts really do come out just like out of nowhere, even if I haven't like, and then other acts I've been planning for years. Like that blue act I've been planning for maybe like 2 years already.
Mm.
But how I organize it, I really just jotted down in my notes. I write down like the songs that I want to perform, and I think about okay, what color would go with this song, what color would go with that song, what prop would go with that? Is it something I already have that I can just add on, or is it something that I have to get? And, what's the budget for that I'm setting for myself for that costume? It's a lot. It's kind of all scrambled in my head, and I need to organize that better. But for now, it's been working.
That's so good. So far, so good. Um, as you are a creative person outside of that, are you a creative person outside of that as well? Where you, I mean, in addition to sometimes still playing the keys, or how else do you express yourself if there is any other method?
Um, I used to draw a lot
Hmm.
before. Definitely when I was a kid, and I still doodle, but what else do I do? I don't know. I feel, yeah, music and burlesque are like my main like creative. I do pole.
Hmm.
I'm not the best at it, but I do have a pole in my living room that
Okay.
hasn't been touched in a while, but
Is it not te is tension? I forget how you.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
attention. Yeah. And I love pole dancers. Oh my God. And like anyone that can do aerial, like
Mm.
has my heart. Like how do you do that? Like every time I see Veronica June like on her lyra, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
How do you not get dizzy? Um, I did because I did gymnastics growing up, and then I kind of stopped because it was very hard. It was a lot. But if I had known that circus and aerial was a thing, I would have definitely kept going. Like I wish I had those skills right now to do all that.
Mm. Yeah. That's the thing. And as we get older, we're like, oh, really wasted some of those able-bodied years.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, I know I can still learn. I can still go to like a circus school or something, but that sounds like a lot. I don't
it
have
is, but
insurance
you
for
can do it. You can do it piece
that.
by piece. You can do it piece by
Yeah,
piece if you feel
yeah,
like it. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I look forward to finding out what else you add to your repertoire. And I'm very happy that you fill the space that you do in the Los Angeles burlesque community.
Thank you.
And I encourage folks to check you out. Where can they do that typically? Where can they find your information?
Yes, so everything's on Instagram, pionono.x. You can find me there if I'm not shadow banned.
They'll find it. They should type it all out. I'll include it in the footnotes as well. Uh,
Yep.
is there anything coming up in the next couple of months that you're very excited about?
Okay, so Sin City Burlesque next weekend.
Mhm.
That's gonna be fun. I'm also have a couple shows in October. I believe
You're doing Bobby's show, right?
I'm doing Bobby Show. I'm doing Seduction. Yes, in Long Beach, Magic Illusions Lounge. And I'm
Nice.
also doing Back Cape Burlesque at La Corita on the 31st. So Halloween, Halloween night.
Ah. Oh, we didn't really talk about it, but before I let you go, I'm curious. Were you a trick-or-treater? Was costumes and dressing up a big
Oh
thing as
yeah.
a younger person?
Yeah. So the reason I did that angel act in Halloween is
Yeah.
because I used to dress up as an angel. Like and go trick-or-treating. So I was like, okay. But I did do some trick-or-treating. I remember one year I was like a caterpillar because I was really into like butterflies and caterpillars. So like my mom like dressed me up in like this whole black suit and like just pasted like cut up construction paper, green construction paper, called it a caterpillar. I think I was a cat once. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't remember.
you explore a lot of sort of occult imagery in
Mm.
your work too. So there is sort of like a devilish, fiery kind of
Oh yeah, I definitely do
succubus.
dabble a lot. Yeah, because that's the fantasy, right? I was always into like the seductresses,
Mhm.
like heartbreakers. So I definitely try to bring that kind of flirtiness, that tease to the stage. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you're too nice to do that in real life? And that's why
Oh, I
you
have done that in
acted
real
on. Oh, see?
life.
Damn.
And I feel bad about it. But
Oh, well, see, and all right,
and
you felt bad about it though.
so it's okay. I do have a heart.
Well, I look forward to hopefully sharing a stage with you again, hopefully soon in
Yeah,
the
hopefully
future.
soon. Yeah.
And if and when that happens, I will be delighted. I hope you thrive, however that manifests, and that you continue your rise into the zeitgeist because I think you're really cool. I think you're really, really good. And I think that more of the world needs to know about the Pionono experience. So
Yes. No, thank you so much for
yes.
having me. This was
My
so much fun.
pleasure. My
Yeah.
pleasure, my pleasure. Uh I will include in the footnotes, folks, the ways that you can keep in touch with the Pionono, as well as ways that you can help support the podcast if you so feel. And my goodness gracious, we're already in September, which means it's fall and we're approaching Halloween. And for some reason, that just fills my air conditioner needing heart with delight because it's too hot here.
It's too hot.
It's
It's
too
too
hot.
damn hot.
I was promised a dry heat when I moved here, and
Yeah.
no, y'all lied to me. It is actually 99 degrees as of the time I'm recording this.
Oh my God.
All right, darling. Mwah. Be well. Thanks, sweetheart.
You too.
We Were Less the Podcast, created, developed, and edited by Victor Devon. Podcast artwork by Logan Laveau. We Were Less the Podcast cover art photography by Atticus Stevenson. Theme song, On a 45 by This Way to the Egress, used with permission. All incidental music via Pixabay under the expectation of fair use. Please visit WeWereLessPodcast.com for notes on this and every other episode. Follow We Burlesque and Victor Devon on just about every platform, and support the podcast via patreon.com/We Burlesque. Don't got the cash? Please follow, subscribe, and give 5 stars on every platform you can get your hands on. It really does help. All original material is owned by Victor Devon and White Elephant Burlesque Corporation. All other materials property of their respective copyright. No infringement, while likely, is intended. This episode and all episodes thereafter are in memory of Lucky Charming. Miss you, friend. And that's it.
Woohoo!
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
Hooray!
Hey.
Yeah,
It's kind of Piper Laurie and Brenda Vaccaro at a love child.
thank goodness.
I want to know
These
her.
nails. Yeah, where's her series? That's what
She's
I want.
fabulous.
The son is Joaquin Phoenix.
I know, isn't that nuts? And he is an ugly little kid. I'm sorry.
We're just like, hey, remember when this guy was in this obscure Broadway show in 1976?
Right? Look at him in those tight pants. Yum.
Well, because there's not
But
a
we
lot
do
really
get-
going on. It's
Yeah.
supposed I mean, unless you're listening to the dialogue, which frankly, audience at home, you can do without us. We're just
Yeah, do
learning
your own
about
work,
some of these
damn it.
backstory. But
Right.
Boswell put her up to it.
Yeah.
And then Trish had to be killed because she realized that Boswell didn't have her interests at heart because Teddy was the inheritor.
Yeah.
Playing her like a fiddle.
Oswell knew it, and Trish just gulped it down like one of those martinis.
And then tossed it onto the law.
And then lost her head. Poor Trish.
Trish loses her head. This is Victor Devon.
And this is Petra Fried
And this is Tonight
on Murder, She Wrote.